What is happening? And it is Theonlyflo here on Destiny, and I hear a lot of people talking about it. I read a lot about it. I see it constantly, and how this game itself has had really bad problems. Primarily weapons. Yes, the lag issues are pretty bad. Yes, there's skips and frames, stuff like that, but the weapons themselves are pretty bad. So every couple months, there's always an announcement. We're gonna be completely making this useless and making this one over here just what everybody's gonna use. And if you started seeing what they do, if you are new to the game, that is what they've been doing in the past. They literally make something useless and completely buff something through the roof to where everybody's going to use it. And that is something that a company does on purpose when they have product that is already defective. All right, the Destiny is a product that was defective since day one. We know about that. The people quit. Some things got taken out. Some content got taken out. Got resold back to the players, which shouldn't have been like that. We already know a lot of the emo stuff got sold back to the players and therefore the developers. I'm pretty sure a lot of the weapons, the developers didn't even know how to handle it. Like, the final boss was Oryx in the original. Okay, we were never supposed to pay $40 to go fight Oryx. That's what you pay $40 for. You pay $40, go fight this dude. It was supposed to be like that, but the content was removed. So when you remove content like that, you also remove a lot of the weapons balancing that has to go into the game to get you to that point, to get you to defeat that final content, to actually get you to that point. So every couple months they decide, hey, for this couple months we're gonna make the auto rifles king. Okay, we all remember the Surdos regime. It was coming in, it was destroying everybody. That's what it was doing. It was wrecking everybody in sight. And then they decided to completely just buff hand cannons through the roof. Now they could have left the auto rifles by themselves. They could have left it alone, kept it apart, and then it would have competed with the hand cannons. But they decided to cycle and the hand cannons. That was not a nerf, that was a cycle. Still experimenting to try to get the game corrected. They still have not. They're now finally starting to get a grasp on things. They have to do one more thing. They gotta finish cycling all of the weapons to get the players' feedback, to see what the players do and how the players play. Okay, they gotta see how the pros do it. Those game testers sit in the office. Those guys are not pros. They're just developers. That's their daytime job. Do you think they really care about balancing on their side? They would rather hear from the players and to actually see how the experiment is. That's actually what the thing is. One big experiment. A lot of people say that about Destiny. Listen, you're playing one big beta, one big experiment. It's true. It's true. It is. That's exactly what it is, because the original content was cut. The original content was removed from the game, and that just makes weapons a little bit tougher to balance out when you're trying to take on in-game content. So next month coming up, shotguns are becoming useless. Pretty much. Not that many people are going to be using them. I still think people are still going to be using them, but just not as many. And they're going to be taking scout rifles and making them just super OP. And then after that, they're going to do probably another cycle. Then after that, they're going to start multi-cycling. So instead of one weapon just being the dominant, then they're probably going to start playing with two. And that's next year. Now, that's next year when they finally decide to go completely. They are making a solid PS4 and Xbox One. We know they're leaving behind last gen altogether. But that's probably when they're going to say, hey, now we're gonna put scout rifles back where they were, and we're going to make autos and hand cannons the new cycle for this one. Probably 12 months from now, at the end of 2016, going into 2017, everything will be balanced out. But until then, this is what they do. This is what they're doing. They are experimenting weapons. They are cycling weapons out to get players feedback, to see how the game rolls, see how the game works. Like the original game. Now we know it had 40 levels. At the very beginning, it only had 30. So 30 to 40 is a big jump. What can you say? Anyway, guys, that is it. And I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.